Nature, from the briars of thickets to the trees of the forest and the foliage around them, all the way down to the roots that feed it all. Nature is sheer beauty, a place of tranquility. But often we feel we can only engage with it from a distance, because we fear its harsh ways. This is due to us feeling that we're not able to confront it properly, and this fear of beauty can leave us feeling confined. But that's why I'm here today. I'm going to teach you how to build a fire. Naturally, the first thing we have to figure out is the location. Dirt works best, but you can use things like stone and even wet sticks in a pinch. Next, we'll need to contain the fire in a fire ring, and given my location is mostly grass, we'll have to get a bit creative. We'll be using one large center block to create a fireproof surface, and 4 surrounding blocks to create an enclosure. Now that that's settled, we'll be moving on to supplies, starting with an axe, a hatchet, a saw, a mess kit for cooking, as this is a cooking fire, and lastly, you'll need a fire starter. And for this demonstration, we'll be using this. A ferro rod that'll be scraped for its magnesium dust and then struck to ignite it. Move on to what will actually be burning with our fire, starting with kindling, which consists of small twigs and bark. You can also get kindling by chipping away at your fuel logs with a hatchet, making small wood chips. Like so. As for what we'll be using to ignite all this, dryer lint is a personal favorite, as it burns quickly and hot. You can also use this dry grass as kindling, but you don't want to use much. You only want to use it to heat up the fire at the beginning, to get out any moisture, because it makes a lot of smoke. Moving on, you need tinder, which consists of larger sticks that you add once the kindling's burning. Lastly, we'll need fuel, which consists of logs, both whole and split. These will make sure our fire burns long and stable. Before we start, we'll be using this axe to split this log in half, putting 1/2 on each side of our fire in order to block wind and in order to act as a support for our cooking equipment later on. Now it's time to get to the meat and potatoes of this thing. First, we're going to get our dryer lint. We're going to put it down. Now that we got our kindling burning, you're going to want to keep it going, adding some bark here and there, and you want to add progressively bigger sticks to it. So next we'll be moving on to our tinder. You're going to want to add your kindling, in this case to the fire, kind of a teepee formation, like so. Now that's starting to look like an honest-to-goodness campfire. Now it's time to add our fuel. You want to make sure to leave some gaps between the logs as to not smother the fire. As you can see here, the fire is burnt down a bit, as I had waited a tad too long to add it. But this works fine, as those charred branches are burning beneath the surface. This will be enough to catch our fuel, as you can clearly see here. Now that we got our fire going, remember, this is a cooking fire, so I got something for you. It may not look like much, but these are dandelions, and with enough of them and some hot water, you can make some delicious tea. That is sweet. Now that we're done cooking, there's only one thing left to do. And that's to put out our fire with some gasoline. water. Till next time.